Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how you doing? As you probably saw in the video description, today we are going to disassemble, clean, and lubricate the Sig P365 SAS edition. Let's go. So to clean our P365 SAS edition, we have a BoreSnake, or however you like to clean the barrel. We have a flathead screwdriver to take it apart, little wooden dowels or polymer picks to get in the nooks and crannies, either some wipes here or a cut up t-shirt, whatever you want, my Colgate tactical toothbrush, and then whatever cleaner you choose to use. The past couple of videos I used Hops number 9 and CLP. I have some Slip 2000, whatever cleaner you prefer. We're going to treat this as if someone's never taken apart a gun, so if some of the things I say and some of the terminology is very basic, it's just that's kind of the approach I'm taking for this video. One big difference with this pistol compared to most, it doesn't have a traditional takedown lever. It has this screw right there, so you're going to need to get a screwdriver to take it apart. So the first thing you do is make sure the gun is unloaded, make sure there's no magazine, get all the ammo out of here. Point the gun in a safe direction and pull the trigger. Next we're going to lock the slide to the rear, and then that screw that I showed you a couple seconds ago, we are going to turn it clockwise, not counterclockwise. Then pushing down on the slide release, we're going to send the slide forward and separate the slide from the frame. Once we do that, to finish field stripping, we're going to take out the dual captured recoil spring, and then we're just going to lift out the barrel. And that's all you need to do to disassemble it. Let's start with the frame first. It's not very dirty. I put about I don't know, 200 rounds or so through this pistol when I was shooting it. We have some cleaner here. I'm just going to spray it, and then we'll get our toothbrush and scrub it down. One thing I forgot to say in the review part of this firearm is my buddy Mike actually let me borrow this firearm, which was very nice of him, especially considering he carries this fairly often. So I want to clean it and get it back to him as quickly and as clean as possible. So as you can see, I'm just getting in on all the crevices and making sure there's no build up carbon or lead or anything like that. Once we're good with spraying it down and cleaning it, I'm just going to take a cloth here and wipe everything down, make sure it's not soaking wet. Next we'll bring in the barrel and the guide rod. Same thing, we'll spray it down. Make sure we check out the feed ramps. I'll even spray a little CLP in the barrel, can't hurt. This one being a ported barrel, I will also spray the top of it good and wipe it down. I'm sure the barrel has a little caked on carbon and lead where those ports are. Feed ramps are looking good. Don't need to go crazy with the guide rod. Some people spray it with cleaner and lube. I typically just wipe it down and make sure there's nothing really caked on. These wipes at this point have plenty of CLP on them. We'll set the guide rod aside, and I'm going to break out the BoreSnake now and clean the inside of the barrel. Again, the barrel, like the rest of the gun, isn't really dirty, but we'll make sure it's spotless before it goes back to my buddy Mike. Spray a little cleaner or CLP on there. You feed the brass end into the barrel, and then just pull. Whoops. And then just pull it on through. It looks pretty darn spotless, but we'll do it a second time just to make sure. Wow. Barrel is spotless. Last but certainly not least, we have our slide here. We're going to clean it the same way as we did the frame and the barrel. We'll spray some CLP on there. You want to make sure you get in this area really well. The firing pin is in there. The extractor is in there, and you just want to make sure there's nothing caked on and gonna foul it up. Once we're done wiping it down, again, we're going to get a couple patches here, and we will run our patches in here and get the rest of the grime and dirt out, and also get out some of that CLP that we sprayed in there. Excuse me, I sprayed hops number 9 in there, not any CLP, excuse me. We are going to use one of these wooden dowels. A couple little crevices that I can't get in. And guys, there'll be all this stuff you can get on Amazon or obviously at your favorite local gun shop. I'll put a few links down in the description of some of the cleaning products that I like. Not necessarily the stuff that I'm using here today. I'm not a fanatic with cleaning guns. I don't go crazy cleaning my guns. Just good enough is good enough for me. Again, this pistol's not mine, so I'll do a little bit more on this than I would cleaning my guns typically. Alright, everything is clean, wiped down, and looking brand new. So that's the clean part of the video. It's really just as simple as that. Finally, we're going to lube it up. Today I'm going to use some CLP. There's a lot of good products out there. You use whatever you want. You pretty much want to clean any of the metal surfaces, anywhere metal meets metal, anywhere that you can see wear and tear, see the metal parts wearing, hit it with a little bit of lube as well. So I'm going to put a little bit in the channel here where the slide rides on the frame. I'll show you right inside. Camera focus. All right, right inside there, there's a little groove where the frame rides, and we'll put a little there. We'll put a little on this. I apologize, I don't remember what it's called. And I'm also going to put a little on the inside of the slide here. I see a little bit of wear and tear in there from the barrel rubbing back and forth. So I'll put a little bit in there just to help it out. On the barrel, we will put a little bit of CLP on the barrel. I don't personally go crazy. Now, you could always check the manual. Every pistol's a little bit different what the manufacturer does and doesn't recommend. I'm just rubbing it in on all of the external surfaces of the barrel. It is CLP, so not only does it clean and lubricate, it also protects and will constantly break down the carbon that builds up. So that's good. These rails on the P365 are huge considering the size of the pistol. It's a very small pistol, but the rails are enormous. Put a little bit on the feed ramps, I guess. And that's really it for metal parts that contact the slide. Alright. Now that the lubricating part is done, let's go ahead and reassemble everything. We'll start off with our slide. We're going to get our barrel, put it right back to where it was. Next is going to be the dual captured recoil spring. We'll put that in. We're going to put the slide back on the frame. And then be extra careful with this screw. As you see here, the screw is vertical with the slide. When we put it back together, it needs to be horizontal. It needs to be the other way. I said that backwards, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's lock the slide to the rear. And then we're going to turn this screw back the way it was. Once it's turned back that way, we will send the slide forward. Function check, make sure it works. We're looking good. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clean patch and I'm going to wipe down the pistol really good and get any oil or CLP, whatever that's on the outside, off of it. Just so it's not an oily mess when I give it back to my buddy Mike. As you can see, disassemble, cleaning, and lubricating the Sig P365 SAS is not difficult by any means. Hope you found the video helpful. If you could, do me those 2 quick favors. Click the like button and go ahead and click subscribe. It really helps us out, and this way you get notified when we come out with new videos. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.